Hi guys, in this video we will learn a few basic Microsoft Excel tips which might be useful in your daily life. You might think whatever we type in Excel is a table, but no. Microsoft Excel has a separate way of identifying what is a table, and I will tell you what is the advantage of using Excel tables over a normal data range. First you need to select a range of data like this one, or just place the cursor in any of the cells, right? So you need to select the data range like this, or you can place in any of these cells. Now go to the upper left corner of the screen where you will find all the tabs, right? These are all the tabs, and under the insert tab there is a section called tables. Click on the insert tab, and in the table section select table. A small window will pop up and ask you for a confirmation. See, it also has an option to select whether your range has headers. So in my case, the range indeed has headers. So I will tick on this box. My table has headers. Excel has automatically detected that my table has headers, so it has automatically ticked the box. So now I click the OK button, and this is what the table will look like. In the tabs section, you will notice a new tab called table design. It has been created because it carries some formatting techniques, tips that you will find very useful in this table. So now Excel has converted my normal data range into a table, and this is the coloring scheme that it applies automatically. Now you can change the colors from if you want to change the colors, then you can select any designs from here and change this according to your needs. Okay, so here you have many options, particularly relevant to the table. So the main advantage of having such a table is now that Excel will help you a lot in editing. For example, if I want to convert this population which is in actuals to lakhs, so then I just need to insert a column and do the calculation in one cell. See, if I insert a column here, right, and if I write it here, population in lakhs. Okay, so Excel will automatically extend the table, and here if you enter data in only one cell, and if you enter the formula in only one cell, it will be repeated across cells. So I need to only divide this by 1 lakh, right, to in order to convert this into lakhs. And if I hit OK, the data will be filled of the section cells beneath this cell over which I am typing. See, so now suppose you want to calculate the total of the population, right? Here we have the population in actual and in lakhs here. Suppose you want to calculate the total of the population. So normally what you will do, you will go to the last cell here, and you will apply this sum formula in the right side here, and just click on it, and it will generate the formula. Okay, so this is a very handy feature here, but there's also an alternate feature which you can use, and just go to the table design tab and select the total row. This can be activated here also. So what is different in this total row is that you have many options. Like if you click on this value here, then you have a drop down, and this is actually doing the sum calculation, right? This is 75, as you can see here. So this is actually doing the sum function. Now you can also select different type of calculations here, predefined calculations. Like if you want to select average of all the population, then you can select this and it will give you the average value, right, of all of this, right? So you can see the average value is here 112.5. Similarly, you can select count, so it will give you how many, the values are there, 6 values, right? So this is what you can use in this type of structure, and it's a very handy feature. Now this table is relatively small, but if your data has hundreds of rows and dozens of columns, then you can imagine how useful this table feature can be. How to remove this table? Just go to the table design tab, and under the tools section, click on convert to range. This will remove the table formatting. So if you click on this, there will be an option to whether you want to confirmation whether you want to convert the table to a normal range. Select yes, and this table is now a normal table, and Excel is not recognizing this as a table. It's now a normal data range. So you can apply the formatting here, like this, or change the colors here. So this is no longer an Excel table, right? Pivot tables are a great tool to summarize your data in a readable format. Suppose you have this big table and you need to know the total price of every region, right? Here are the regions, and here is the total price. So, and there are a total of 3 regions here. So you need to know the total price of every region. For the traditional method of doing is that you go and select each region one by one. Like if I go and select central here, and then select all these cells and note it down that central region has total sales of this 111,039, right? So this is a very long and cumbersome way to do this, and here we use this Excel table. So to create this pivot table. So to create a pivot table, place the cursor inside any cell of the data range. Go to the insert tab at the upper left corner, and in the table section, go to pivot tables. A new window will appear asking you to confirm the creation of a pivot table. Here you choose what the range of the pivot table is going to be. So see, it has already selected the table. Here you can see A1 to G44. This is A1 to G44, at the bottom, 44. So it has selected the range, and now it is asking you whether you want to create this table in a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. So we have both the options. Here I am going to create this table in a new worksheet. So if I press the OK button, a new sheet will be created here, right? So I'm pressing the button, and here a new sheet is created, sheet 1. So you can rename this sheet, and I'm going to rename this to pivot table, right? So here you see some options. It is told to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list. Where's the pivot table field list? This is the actual place which is called the brains of the pivot table. So here you can select data according to what headers you had in the previous original sheet. So this is the actually the headers which were in the pivot table, right? So you have here order date, region, rep, item, units, unit cost, total price, right? So in this pivot table you have all these as a headers as an option to extract data out of the original sheet. Suppose you want to know the total price of the region, right, of every region. So what you need to do is select this region field and place it under the rows section, because this will create rows of region. So if I leave it there, so you will see it has extracted how many rows regions were there in the original sheet. Now you want to know the total price, so means you want to know a value. So that's why you have filters, columns, rows, and values. So you drag this total price into the values column section. So now you have the sum of total price, that is the total price here and the actual sum of all the total price of the region, right? So you can check actually in the original sheet whether this was right or not. So here you have many options that you can sort this according to ascending order or descending order. So you can select this drop down more sort options. Here you can actually select as per your need, like ascending or descending, and which you want first. So I select the total price, and you can see it has sorted according to the ascending order. Now here we got the sum, right? Maybe I want to know the average of total price of all regions. So here you have an option here. You place the cursor here, and the cursor will become this square type, and just click on this button, value field settings. Here you have many options: summarize value field by sum or count or average or max or min or product, or many other options also. So this is what is telling you that how you want to display the values. Currently this is selected as sum. If I select count, what it will do, as it will go to the original sheet and count how many times West has come in that sheet. So if I press the OK button, here you see West has 6 records in the previous section, has 13 records, and Central has 24 records. So this is how you can display your values as per your need. Now you can also have multiple headers to choose from, like if you want to know the total price of all the reps under each region, then you can just select this and drag beneath this region, and you can have as per the region wise rep values. Like in West you have Sorvino and Thompson. These both belong to the West region, and just let's change it to the sum value. So yeah, so Thompson under the West region did a total price of 1203, right? So this is a very handy feature to display, summarize your data, right? So just you need to select this and put some borders on it like this, and change these headers. You can also change this value, what is they have written as row labels. Excel has written it, so you can change this to region wise, and here just leave it there so that it's now you can also remove certain values from here. If I want to remove these regions and I only want to know the representative total price, then I just go to here and remove the region. So here you will have the region, rep wise sales, right? So we should update this accordingly. Yeah, so this is how the actual pivot tables work. This data is relatively small, but if you have dozens of regions, just imagine then how useful this tool can be. You can also select other fields like the representative name and place. This is a very good way to summarize your data. Suppose you want to see the representative wise sales, and you can also see. So this is a very useful feature of summarizing data, very large data that you want to present to your colleagues or your superior, so that they have a better understanding of what the actual figure is like in their offices or fields of work. Now this tool is very handy if you want to remove all formatting from a sheet. There are cases when you have useless formatting in a data. Like this one, you can clear formatting from all cells, right? So select the data from where you want to remove the formatting. Now in the home tab, go to the editing section here and click this rubber field where it is written clear, right? If you click, then you will have many options. Just select the clear format options. See, this will clear all the formatting which is done, which may not be useful for you. So this is a very handy feature which you can use. Paste special is actually a very useful tool which many doesn't recognize. Suppose I want to perform a calculation on this set of data. I want to convert this actual population into lakhs, which means I need to divide all the population data by 1 lakh, right? So just enter the 1 lakh figure. Suppose I enter the 1 lakh figure anywhere in this empty field list. So in any cell you enter the 1 lakh figure and just copy the data, this 1 lakh, okay, and select the range on which you want to apply this conversion. Now go to the clipboard section of your home tab, and under the paste option you have this arrow. Just click on this arrow and go to the paste special menu. This will open a new dialog box and there are a plethora of options available here. So you just need to select the option which you want to choose. Like select the divide option. This will what it will do, it will divide all these fields by 1 lakh and it will give you the converted values into 1 lakhs. Just select OK, and here you have Mumbai population is 125 lakhs, 190 lakhs for Delhi, 149 lakhs for this. So this is a very useful feature to convert data in a very quick time. Excel users will find merge and center to be quite useful, but this has some shortcomings with it. To get around these shortcomings, one can alternatively use the center across selection feature. First, we will see what are the shortcomings of merge and center. The merge and center is easily accessible under the home tab with a click of a button, right? That's why it is one of the most commonly used tools, but it carries some baggage with it. When we need to do some copying, selection, sorting, etc., then you will see what are those baggages. Suppose we want to select the data of states, capital and population along with this total, right? This total field here is actually merged and centered, right? So if I want to select this states, capital and population along with this total, so you see this region and country is also getting selected, right? So you have certain circumstances where you need to only select some values, but due to the merge and center feature, many useless values also get selected. This also happens when you want to sort something or you want to filter out something, then this merge and center comes in the way. So what is the workaround? So you need to just unmerge and center this value and select the range where you want to apply the center feature and press Ctrl+1 from your keyboard. This will open the format cells dialog box, and under this dialog box you have many tabs. Just go to the alignment tab and under the text alignment go to this drop down and select center across selection. Okay, then put an OK here. This will, what it will do, it will put this total in the center of the selection that you chose, but it will not affect the other data, right? So if you now want to select this state, capital and population along with this total, then it will get selected. Okay, so this is the advantage of using center across selection. Guys, please hit the like button, post your comments in the comment box and subscribe to my channel. Till then, see you next time.